This is Twit.
This episode of iFive for the iPhone is brought to you by Harry's. For guys who want a great shave experience for a fraction of what you're paying now, go to harrys.com. Get $5 off your first purchase by entering the code iFive when you check out. Welcome to iFive for the iPhone, episode 168. iFive covers the latest iPhone apps, tips, and tricks, and of course, some news. Today, I'll show you a new VR app, a tip for turning your iPhone into a game controller. I'll answer a photo question, and much more. I'm Morrone. Let's get started. Number one is the New York Times in virtual reality. This has been an exciting week for VR. You can now view all of YouTube in virtual reality, but you'll need an Android phone. Wah, wah. I guess we know what Android users feel like most of the time. You don't need an Android phone to experience most VR, though, including the newly released New York Times VR app. Download the free NYT VR app and choose the video you want to watch. The app will download the video to your phone, so make sure you turn on Wi-Fi and grab yourself a cup of coffee. It's going to be a while. And if you choose to download the movie The Displaced, about the 30 million children driven from their homes by war and persecution, you're going to also want to grab a box of tissues because there will be tears, unless your heart is made of stone. Now, there's no shame in it. Those tears are part of the point of the New York Times VR app. They're trying to use virtual reality to give us an idea of what it's like to live in someone else's shoes, or lack of shoes. Because yes, you can use VR to play games or take virtual field trips to the wonders of the world, but you can also use it to increase your empathy towards the millions of people on Earth who are suffering right now. If you're a New York Times print subscriber, you should have already received a cardboard viewer with your Sunday paper on November 8th. If you're a Times Insider subscriber and you haven't yet removed yourself from their marketing email list, you'll also receive promotional codes via email that can be redeemed for free cardboard viewers. Even if you don't have a viewer, you can still watch. Just choose the smartphone option. Whether you're using cardboard or not, when you watch the video on your phone, move it around to get the full immersive experience of what you're watching. Number two is how to use your iPhone as a game controller on the newest Apple TV. The 4th generation Apple TV is out, and I've been using it for a few weeks. It has everything I've ever wanted, except the ability to easily watch Amazon content that I've purchased or that I can stream through my Prime membership. But I can watch Netflix, HBO, Showtime, Hulu, YouTube, and I can play games with the whole family. We haven't sprung for a game controller yet, so for multiplayer games, we use the remote and our iPhones. Here's how to use your iPhone to play multiplayer Crossy Road. Open Crossy Road on your TV, go to the character picker, then scroll to the far left for multiplayer mode. You'll need to have at least one character unlocked to open the character picker. Open Crossy Road on your iPhone and tap the arrow in the bottom right corner. Tap the game controller icon. Your iPhone will search for the connection, and then you'll see a P2 or a P1 in the top right corner to let you know whether you've made the multiplayer connection. This works in other games too, and as long as I have you here, if you're using the remote as your controller, you might want to adjust the tracking speed. To do that, go to Settings, then select Remotes and Devices. Tap the Touch Surface Tracking setting. I've had the most success changing it to slow. You can also tap, not press, the edges of the trackpad to move around. Number three is a few ways to run with your giant iPhone. A few weeks ago, I asked for recommendations for armbands for running with an iPhone 6 Plus. Dennis wrote, I use a running kit I purchased from Quad Lock Cases. It's a bit expensive, but I think it's worth it. All their products are great. I use the car kit and the bike mount. Scott from Rochester Hills, Michigan says, I found that armbands were problematic. Most were uncomfortable and required me to remove the phone from its case because it added too much bulk for the armband to accept. I ended up getting the flip belt. It's incredibly comfortable to run with and holds a 6 Plus in its case without any issues. The downside is that it's essentially a garment and will need to be washed, possibly quite frequently, depending on perspiration levels, but you just throw it in the washer with your running clothes and you're good to go. Marvin on Twitter also recommended the flip belt, and Brooks from the teeming metropolis of Lansing, Michigan, says he uses a belt too, but he uses the SPI belt. The flip belt is $28 and the SPI belt is only $13. I'm planning on trying out all of these options, but for now, I'm using a case called Loopy that's recommended for running. It's not hands-free, but it's got a plastic loop on the back and a gripping surface that makes the phone much easier to hold and not drop while you're running. This episode of iFive for the iPhone is brought to you by Harry's. Have you heard this month is Movember? If you dare, Try not shaving this month in support of research on men's major health issues. Harry's is the official partner of the Movember Foundation and will be donating money and helping raise awareness for men's health. So whether you're growing your beard or you want an amazing shave, Harry's is a company you can feel good about. Harrys.com was started by two guys who are passionate about creating a better shaving experience by delivering an amazing shave at an affordable price directly to your door. The guys at Harry's not only deliver an amazing shave, but they also give 1% of their sales and 1% of their time back to the communities they serve. Their website is streamlined and easy to use, takes less than 30 seconds to place an order, and they have great customer service. Their new kit includes a razor handle with a great look and feel, 3 razor blades, and a choice of either shave cream or foaming shave gel. The starter Truman set is an amazing deal too. With the code iFive, you get all of this for just $10. Go to Harrys.com, get $5 off your first purchase with the code iFive. That's HARRYS.com and enter the code iFive at checkout. And we thank Harry's for their support of iFive for the iPhone. Number 4 is Facebook Music Stories. Facebook released quarterly earnings last week, and now they are almost bigger than Amazon. And Amazon sells stuff. How does Facebook do it? Witchcraft, I guess. Their newest piece of witchcraft is called Music Stories, and one of the most witchcrafty things about it is that it's a feature that you can use whether you're on Spotify or Apple Music. Have you ever desperately needed to share the theme from Jaws with all of your Facebook friends? Well, now you can. To be totally honest, you could have done this before with YouTube or by sharing a link from Apple Music or Spotify, but now Facebook makes it a little bit easier on your iPhone. If you use Apple Music or Spotify, the new Music Stories allows you to share a song, and your Facebook friends can listen to a 30-second preview of the song or of an album streamed right from Facebook. And of course, you can save or buy the music from the respective music streaming service. To use the new Music Stories, play a song, tap the share button, then tap share song, then tap copy link, then paste the link into your Facebook status. Your friends can sample the song from Facebook, and then they can thank you or unfriend you later. Number 5 is a question from Mike about dark photos. Mike writes, I have an iPhone 6 Plus and I haven't used the camera much until 2 weeks ago on a trip to Pebble Beach. All my outdoor pictures with high contrast, bright sky, and grassy ground came out very dark. I now have to modify all of them to even see what's in the foreground. I look at the details of most of them and I can see the problem is that the f-stop is super low and the exposure is super fast. If the f-stop were higher and the exposure longer, it would even out the pictures and present more depth of field as an added bonus. Do you know of a way to either fix this on the camera so it will take better pictures, or is there software I can use that will make it easier to fix them after they're taken? Thanks for your question, Mike. There's no way to manually adjust the f-stop or the exposure that I know of. It's fixed at f2.2, but there is one thing you can do that might help. Tap the screen to focus, and when you see the sun icon, you can swipe up to make the area brighter, swipe down to make it darker. Because the aperture is fixed, you might be able to shoot better photos by manually adjusting either the shutter speed and or the ISO. If you want an app that lets you do that, try Camera Plus. And that does it for this episode. Thanks for watching. All of the apps, links, and other info from the show can be found at twit.tv/iFive. You can email ideas, questions, or general feedback to iFive@twit.tv, or record a voice memo and email it directly to me at Megan@twit.tv. I'm Megan Morrone. We'll see you next week on iFive for the iPhone.
Bandwidth for iFive for the iPhone is provided by CacheFly at CacheFly.com.